What's up guys, GG Forex here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 4 of the challenge. I have a few things in mind that, not a few things, but a few things I'm looking out for. I just need proof on. I'm probably going to look at EuroCAD, maybe GJ, and CAD Swiss, and maybe Pound CAD, right? And I'll show you why. But it's a bit dodgy, hasn't done exactly what I wanted it to do, so I kind of need to wait for my confirmations, and I'll show you now. So, remember Pound CAD, I had this marked up, and I said if it takes out my equal highs, I don't want to be involved in it, and that's exactly what it did. It took it out, but it is doing a controlled flag down to a logical area which I marked out in green. Right, but it just hasn't really given me more targets other than the ones up here. So it is a high risk. So what I want to do is just wait for accumulation to happen here, right, during the London session. But at the moment it's coming down quite heavily. So again, this one is definitely on the watch list, but I just want to see what price does in this area to push up, because there are plenty of reasons to go higher than it is to go lower. But again, I just need to wait for that. I'll probably look at the Euro Pound and see which one is stronger out of the two, and then that'll give me my bias on the pound pairs. GJ, again, I'm waiting for price to come up to here and see what it does. There isn't the cleanest of targets down below, so I'm kind of staying away from it. It's not obvious. There's more cleaner targets above. So yeah, I might stay away from that, but it is on my watch list. GA, I'm waiting for it to come down. I had this box here because I said it could react at this price, and it did have a little reaction. It made more targets. Let's just zoom in a bit. It made more targets, but it's just, I'm not buying at a discounted area. I'm buying at a premium area, so I don't really want to buy here anyway. I'm just expecting a reaction here. Not to get involved, but just to see what would happen. If I'm going to buy anytime, it's going to be down here in this section where the price is lower. But the only GC one I have is CAD Chef. But I don't really trade CAD Chef, but it is the nicest. I mean, we've got price stepping down, we've got clean targets down below. We have had this shoot up, so I want to have this high manipulated, and I want to see a distribution in my green area. I want to see distribution happening here during London or New York. I'm not that bothered. I want to see a distribution like this happening in this area for then price to come further down, because these are beautiful targets. And yeah, it just makes a lot of sense, this trade. But again, I'm waiting for my confirmations, because price could easily just blast through it and go higher if it wants to, just for a laugh. But yeah, so I'm going to wait for my confirmations. Those are the only trades I'm really looking at. And if you remember, guys, the news today is very pound heavy, so I do have this bear in mind. So if I want to find my bias on the pound, I'll look at EG and see which is the stronger of the two, and then see what I'm going to do with the pound overall. Okay guys, so quick update on Pound CAD. It is accumulating in my area. It's making targets, it's stepping down, making targets, stepping down. We have got some bullish divergence happening, but I'm not in the trade yet. I just want to wait. I want to wait for a better entry, something that stands out to me. I don't really want these targets to be taken yet, but I feel like what I'm waiting for to happen really is I'm waiting for something like that, then that, then that, then that. That's what I'm waiting for really. That's what I'd like to see. But I'm going to have to wait till probably New York Open. I don't want these targets to be taken, as I said, because if it takes my targets, then I don't really want to be a part of it anymore. I mean, if price does this, right, let's just delete that a sec. If price does this, then it's still valid for me. If price does this, where let's just say it is now, or whatever, does that, and then does that, then we could be looking at something like this, maybe. But I'd rather have it the first way, if I'm honest. But it's something I'm looking at. There's not really a lot on anywhere else. I am concentrating on the pound pairs today because of that high impact news. As you can see here, 8:30 today. Let's just refresh it so there's been any updates. So yeah, basically I'm going to wait till New York Open to see some actual damage caused by this news, with the official bank rates and all that stuff. So yeah, it's just sitting on my hands at the moment and waiting for what I want Price to do and waiting for the right setups before jumping in. But overall, it looks pretty promising, but we'll see. Okay guys, so I have now gone in for a buy on pound CAD. It is 11 o'clock. The reason being is if you had this big push up and then it made more targets, and then as I was going through the time frames, if I look at the 1 hour, hit into this 1 hour impulse zone, I was like, yes, that's going well. It's making this, it's making nice rejections in there into this area, which is a logical high time frame area. That's 2 hours. If I go to the 30-minute, I can see a consolidation, a big push up, 30-minute candle nice and clean, where I can see the banks putting in buys. 45 minutes, same again, nice push down, nice bullish action on the way up, again putting in buys. If we go to 20-minute, again I can see it again, nice push down, big impulse up, where I can see that they're consolidating price, they push price down. We have divergence, so it's going down, price is going up. So it did make sense for me. I have put TMS in place, so take profit one will take off half of my position. So I've still got the Asian highs intact, so it's now just a matter of a waiting game to see what happens, but so far it's going okay. So that's my position in at the moment. Just a matter of time now. This will most likely be my only trade of the day. Just because I can't really see much else, and obviously if I get a 1 to 3 today, I'm happy as Larry, I'm done for the day. Wait till tomorrow. But yeah, so if that hits TP1 quickly, then the risk is off the table, and then whatever happens. But yeah, this is day 4 and it's going well so far. Okay guys, so I got into pound CAD, as you know, and my TMS system saved me again. This is why I have this in place, because you can never know what's going to happen next, especially during high impact news. So if I zoom into the trade, you can see exactly what happened. You can see price came up, made targets. That's why I wanted to get into the trade, because it made more targets, triggered me in, and then pushed up and took out the Asian liquidity from the night before that it stored up. So that was my TP1, and that's exactly what it took. So I managed to get 0.85% from this trade, because obviously when I went to TP1, my stop loss automatically went to break even. If you had to do this manually, you might not have been fast enough to get out of this trade at break even, and you might have only made 0.25 or 0.3% gain rather than 0.85. But yeah, so that's what happened, and this is the reason why you need to check the news first thing in the morning when you place your trades, because I was aware of this and that's why I was playing it safe. But if you have a look at my FTMO challenge so far, things are going well. I'm up 2,120, which is 3%. So I'm up 3% on the challenge so far. So another 7% to go on day 4 at the moment. But yeah, things are going good. I'll keep you updated because I'm looking for opportunities this afternoon on the New York Open. So we should be able to see what this is doing and have a look at Euro Pound. And this is where I was looking to buy from as well, on Euro Pound, which is hilarious. That would have been a beautiful trade. But I want to see price flag down and see what happens in this area. Just so you guys know as well, remember I was looking at EJ to change in this area, but I said I was cautious because I know they like to manipulate this descending trend line. That was one of my concerns. And then obviously price came up into this area, blasted through, took everyone out who was just selling off the trend line with no confirmations and just shot through. But because this happened during Asian session, like it did up here as well and up here, I was asleep through this manipulation, but come London Open, price was already tanking, so there's no way of price coming back. It might come back to this area, but then there has to be a reason for it to want to reverse here. Okay guys, there has to be a reason of why they need to reverse here. There's pretty more reasons now for price to go higher when it gets to this point. So this trade's off the cards, but yeah, predicted right, but just wasn't able to capture it because I was asleep during that time. What's up guys? Right, so I'm out the charts now. Well, not out the charts, but I'm not going to trade no more today. That huge impulse move was due to New York Open, so what I'm going to do is going to leave it for today. I'm happy. I've made 0.8%. I took my dog out for a walk. For those of you guys who follow me on Instagram or Facebook or I just in the GU Forex group, I explained the power of being able to do that if you can, because it helps out so much. So if you haven't already, the link is down below. But yeah, I walked away, it was mid-afternoon, the sun was out, it was really nice. I made my 0.8%. I'm happy with those results, and now I'm just gonna walk away happy, okay? I'm at 3%, I'm not gonna trade anymore. The damage is still being done, the pound is still falling. Obviously the exchange rates are going up, so everyone freaked out, the pound has now lost value. All this other stuff is kicking off around the world right now. Well, not around the world, just in the UK. So it's volatile, it's staying out, I'm waiting for the damage. I'm gonna look at where that manipulation has happened, because that's where the banks have got in. I know they are in hundreds of billions of pounds worth of drawdown in those areas. And I know that they have to refill the imbalance in those areas because it was only selling taking place. And you have to have the same amount of buys and the same amount of sells. And when the banks manipulate the price and shoot the price in one direction and never comes back, that's when they get into trouble, and that's when they have to cover the tracks, and that's the opportunity it's going to be looking for tomorrow. Right now, that's it. End of day 4. Bring on day 5. If you haven't already, click the like button, hit subscribe, keep up to date with this series because it's getting good. I'm really happy with it. The consistency's there, and yeah, it's amazing. So anyway guys, like, share, subscribe. Love you all. See you on the next one.